And I got up and ran into my parents' room and I said, I just got punched in the face by an alien.
It's Kelly G and I'm back with my favorite scholar, Dr. Umar. Let's get into this video.
Are aliens real? Yes, aliens are real. Because an alien visited me in Jacksonville, North Carolina. I'm in Jacksonville, Florida right now, but I used to live in Jacksonville, North Carolina. And when I was in the 3rd grade in Jacksonville, North Carolina, 9 years old, 8 years old, me and my mother were looking out the window and we saw a UFO. We said, is that a UFO? I said, nah, that might be a plane. Maybe that's the military expedition, military air. It was a UFO. So we watching this UFO, it kept swirling around. So it was way up in the sky though, but it had all these lights and it was going in a circle. And my mom said, okay, it's time for you to go to bed. So I go to bed, but I'm not asleep. You know how you laying down in your bed before you fall asleep? And the next thing you know, this yellow thing walked into my room. It was about 3 feet tall, shaped like a man, but no features. No, it was just pure yellow light, shaped like a man with no features. Pure yellow light. And I'm scared as shit. I want to call my mom or my dad, but I'm scared because we just saw a UFO like 2 hours ago. And this little yellow man, stocky too. He was built like he was a bodybuilder, but all you could see was yellow light in the shape of a man. No eyes, no nose, no mouth, pure yellow. And I'm acting like I'm asleep because I don't want him to know I'm woke. And then all of a sudden, it ran up to me and punched me in my face. I just knew I had a black eye or a broke nose. I just knew I had a black eye or a broke nose. I just knew I had a black eye or a broke nose, and it ran out the room. And I got up and ran into my parents' room and I said, I just got punched in the face by an alien. They said, boy, go to bed. I said, Umi, we just saw that spaceship. It was real. Because right after you sent me to bed, this little yellow man with no face, made of pure yellow light, came into my room, punched me in the damn face. It felt like I had a broke nose, but I didn't. So let me ask y'all this. My alien experts, I'm going to my alien experts right now. Does anybody have an interpretation for the yellow being of pure light? It was pure light in the shape of a man, 3 feet tall, came into my room. I was awake. I was wide awake. I was not asleep. I had just gotten to the bed. Lights was out. He came in there, 3 feet tall, pure yellow light. I tried to act like I was asleep. Somehow he knew I was woke and punched me in the face. Does anybody have an alien interpretation? I'm telling y'all the truth. I'm not making this up. But see, some of y'all have never had spiritual experiences, so I know this is calcified pineal gland. Calcified. If you study spirituality, if you study unseen beings, if you know what that yellow being was, because I'm still trying to figure this out. I don't think it was an ancestor. I don't think it was an Orisha. I think it was something else because we just saw the spaceship. But if you have an interpretation for it wasn't a demon. It wasn't a demon. It wasn't an evil force. It may not have been a positive. I was 8 or 9 years old. I was 8 or 9. I'll never forget it. I will never forget it. I will never forget it. It's the first extraterrestrial, supernatural, metaphysical, paranormal experience I ever had. If anybody has an idea of what that could it have been, an ancestor? Do ancestors travel on spaceships? Do the ancestors, is it possible that the spaceships are ancestors? What do y'all think? Is it possible that the spaceships, the so-called aliens, are ancestors? It wasn't evil. It wasn't evil. See, I'm dealing with a lot of Africans in the feed with calcified pineal glands. All you know is weed, sex, coochie, BBL, Air Jordans. You don't know nothing about anything outside of the mundane physical. Most of you all are trapped in the mundane physical. Maybe the punch gave you the knowledge. I thought about that. Did it put something in my head? I thought about that because, In Ifa, your soul is in your head, your ori. And it punched me in my ori. Maybe it was the Christ energy anointing me as the Black Christ. It wasn't a demon. It wasn't a demon. It wasn't an evil force. It may not have been a positive. I was 8 or 9 years old. I was 8 or 9. I'll never forget it. I will never forget it. I will never forget it. It's the first extraterrestrial, supernatural, metaphysical, paranormal experience I ever had.